Sure. Thank you. And you can read the verse, what verses. I will give the explanation. Thank you.
Yes. So, Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept our humble obeisances. All glories to Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada. All glories to our beloved speaker for today, His Grace Bhakti Sundar Goswami Maharaj. Today happens to be the first day we are having Maharaj's darshan on this particular platform. It is a very, very special day for all of us. Maharaj, we cannot thank you enough for being here with us today. Srila Prabhupada has already chanted the Jai Radha Madhava. So some devotees also prefer to chant the Jai Radha Madhava. Many devotees just go with Srila Prabhupada's chanting. And then you may do the Mangalacharam. We put the verse on the screen and you may start speaking. The setting is basically just like a temple room setting. So, Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Maharaj.
Haribol. Would you like me to send you a small bio of mine so you can read it for those people who don't know me?
If you may do that, then we would like to do that at the end of the class, by which time many devotees would have been here.
Okay, okay. Should I send it to you right now?
Yes, Maharaj, please.
Through WhatsApp. I will send it through WhatsApp.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
Please send me a message, Hare Krishna, so can I find it more easily?
Yes. Well, we just put the verse on the screen.
Tell Papa when she's going to pick Nadia, we should all go together.
Sorry. Sorry about that.
Okay. Right. Can you send me a WhatsApp message, say Haribol, Hare Krishna, so I can find it more easily?
All right. That is much better. I just did that.
Very good. Thank you. Okay. I just send it to you.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes. Thank you so much, Maharaj. So we may put I think we have two verses to cover today. We'll put them on the screen and you may start speaking. Hare Krishna.
Very good. Can you please read the verses?
Okay, I'll do that. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 21, texts number 40 and 41. So 40 is on the screen. Punya drumalata jalahi, kujat punya mereka dwijahi, Sarvatu Pala Pushpadyam Vanaraji Shriyan Vintam. Word for word, transliterations. Punya pious, Druma of trees, Lata of creepers, Jalahi with clusters, Kujat uttering cries, Punya pious, Mrega animals, Dvijahi with birds, Sarva in all, Ritu seasons, Pala in fruits, Pushpa in flowers, Adyam rich, Vanaraji of groves of trees, Shriya by the beauty, and Vitam adorned. Translation: the shore of the lakes was surrounded by clusters of pious trees and creepers, rich in fruits and flowers of all seasons, that afforded shelter to pious animals and birds, which uttered various cries. It was adorned by the beauty of groves of forest trees. And there is a short purport, but we'll go to the next verse. So we read the Sanskrit. So text 41. Text 41 says, Mata Twija Ganair Gushtam, Mata Brahmara Vibramam, Mata Barhi Nata Tupam, Adwayan Mata Kokilam. Synonyms: Mata, overjoyed, Dwija, of birds, Ganahi, by flocks, Gushtam, resounded, Mata, intoxicated, Brahmara, of bees, Vibramam, wandering, Mata, maddened, Barhi, of peacocks, Nata, of dancers, Atupam, pride, Ahayat, calling one another, Mata, Mary, Kokilam, cuckoos. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. The area resounded with the notes of overjoyed birds. The area resounded with the notes of overjoyed birds. Intoxicated bees wandered there. Intoxicated peacocks proudly danced, and merry cuckoos called one another. So if we may go back so that we may read the purport. Maharaj, would you want me to read the purport as well? Oh.
Yeah, yes, please read.
Okay. So the purport to text 40. It is stated here that Bindu Sarovar was surrounded by pious trees and birds. As there are different classes of men in human society, some pious and virtuous, and some impious and sinful, so also among trees and birds, there are the pious and the impious. Trees which do not bear nice fruit or flowers are considered impious, and birds which are very nasty, such as crows, are considered impious. In the land surrounding Bindu Sarovar, there was not a single impious bird or tree. Every tree bore fruits and flowers, and every bird sang the glories of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And then we'll read the purport to text 41. The beauty of the pleasant sounds heard in the area surrounding Lake Bindu Sarovar is described here. After drinking honey, the black bees became maddened and they hummed in intoxication. Merry peacocks danced just like actors and actresses, and merry cuckoos called their mates very nicely. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Asmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkest of ignorance, and my spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, opened my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my humble respect and obeisances unto him. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So this is the description where Kardama Muni had his ashram, a very beautiful place, Bindu Sarovar, very nicely described in Bhagavatam and by Srila Prabhupada. And Swayambhuva Manu, along with his wife and daughter, they went there with the intention to get her married to Kardama Muni. He had so much affection for his daughter, he himself accompanied her to that place. So this place nicely described, beautifully. Prabhupada is explaining that even in the trees there are pious and impious, as are there in human society also. There are pious and impious. And we see, at least in Kali Yuga, there are more impious people than pious people, So the same thing with the trees. We see more impious trees than pious trees. Majority of trees don't have fruit or flower, the majority. But they use their wood. They use their wood for different purposes. So this reminds me of the verse by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Trinadapi sunichena tarudapi api sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. That one should yourself lower than a straw in the street, be more tolerant than a tree, offer respect to everyone without expecting any respect in return. In that humble state of mind, one can always chant the holy names of the Lord. So why the tree is described as a symbol of tolerance? It's not that the tree is self-realized or anything like that. It's just a symbol of tolerance. Because the trees are standing, they can't move. And they have to tolerate the scorching sun or the cold winter and heavy storms, but still they're there. They don't. So they are a symbol of tolerance. It is advised that we should be tolerant. When we are criticized or being attacked by other people, we should be tolerant. Once a devotee asked me, what about if I can't be tolerant? And I told him, okay, then don't be tolerant. If you can't do it, don't do it artificially. It's not something artificially done. Krishna consciousness has to come with proper spiritual understanding. But I will tell you something. In the Mahabharata, it is said that if you are unjustly being attacked by somebody, unjustly, and you don't protest, you just tolerate, then if that person has any pious activity, that pious activity will pass to you. So there is some real benefit of being tolerant. It's an encouragement to practice tolerance. But we should accept, Prabhupada said, honest criticism. If it is honest and it is for our own good, we should not be upset if somebody point to us some of our mistakes, something we have to correct. We should be grateful in that regard. We should not be upset. Generally speaking, when somebody glorify us, we become very much happy. And when somebody criticizes us, we become upset. There is one nice story about one disciple of Srila Ramanujacharya. His name was Govinda Das. He was a disciple and cousin of Srila Ramanujacharya from South India. He was a pure devotee of the Lord, and his godbrothers, they loved him, appreciated him very much. So one day they were together and they start glorifying Govinda Das. Govinda, you are so tolerant, so humble, so self-giving, so kind, so loving to everyone. They start glorifying him, all his good qualities. And to their dismay, Govinda Das said, yes, it is true. I have all those good qualities. If somebody is glorifying you, you try at least to be humble. Say, no, 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 please don't say that. I'm a fallen soul. But internally, you may think, oh, finally somebody is recognizing me. But Govinda Das say, yes, I have all these good qualities. He didn't deny. So the devotees were bewildered. So they went to their guru, Srila Ramanujacharya, to explain what happened. So the Ramanujacharya said, call him immediately to my room. So Govinda Das went there, and the guru started chastising him. What is this, Govinda? It's not good for Vaishnava to be proud. Why you spoke like this? And Govinda Das said, my dear Guru Dev, for my own, I have no good qualities at all. But if I have any good quality, it's due only to your mercy alone. So by accepting that I have good qualities, I'm accepting that you gave me your mercy. How can I deny you that you gave me your mercy? So the Guru was pleased and he hugged him. You are a true Vaishnava. So to avoid being falsely proud or falsely humble, we shall learn from Govinda to give all the credit to Guru and Krishna. We should never take credit for ourselves, you know? You know the saying, don't show off with borrowed feathers. Once a crow found a peacock feather and he put it on his tail and started showing off, I'm a peacock in front of other crows. So in the same way, if we have any good quality or any ability, Krishna saying Bhagavad Gita Purusham Nishu, I am the ability in man. So we have to remember that if we have any good quality, any ability, is only to the mercy of Guru and Krishna. We should not take credit for ourselves. And that way, we save ourselves from being artificially proud or artificially humble. You know, once His Holiness Japataka Maharaj told me the story when he was a new devotee in Montreal, Canada. One day, Prabhupada was visiting the temple, and he, in front of Prabhupada, he said loudly, Prabhupada, I am the most fallen. And Prabhupada, so I don't want to be something, the most something, you know. But Prabhupada corrected. Or present himself as the most humbleness. It is true humbleness, real humbleness. And pure devotees are naturally humble. They're never proud. No? So,
Maharaj,
yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but your voice was breaking when you said once His Holiness Japataka Maharaj shared this story with you. Your voice started breaking up. If you may take it back.
I repeat.
Yes.
Sure. Thank you for letting me know. Srila Japataka Maharaj said in front of Prabhupada, when he was a new devotee, was Bhakta, not even initiated, he told Prabhupada in the temple room in front of other devotees, Prabhupada, I am the most fallen. And Prabhupada corrected him, saying, you are the most anything. So Prabhupada teaching us not to be artificially humble, you know, or artificially proud. We should, you know, when Srila Narottam Das Thakur say I'm the most fallen, he's not showing up. It is real humbleness, because pure devotees are naturally very humble, because they see how great and wonderful is Krishna and how small and insignificant we are. So in that way, when somebody actually loves Krishna, naturally he feels himself very insignificant, you know. Mhm. When Srila Haridas Thakur was going to leave this world, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was trying to dissuade him not to go, not to leave him. And Srila Haridas Thakur said, I mean, if a small ant dies in this world, what is the great loss, you know? I am insignificant like an insect, so what is the value of me here? So that's natural for pure devotees to be like that. But we should not imitate. We should not try to imitate, but learn from them and follow their example. That's very good. So the peacock were dancing reminds me one of Krishna's pastime. You know why Krishna wear a peacock feather? Because of one pastime. Once Krishna was playing beautifully his flute in the forest of Vrindavan, and suddenly he was surrounded by many peacocks, and they start dancing around Krishna with great jubilation and happiness, hearing the beautiful sound of the flute. And Krishna started to dance with them. And that went on for 72 hours non-stop, the dancing and playing the flute, the music. And at the end of this 3 days, the king of the peacock was so happy, so grateful to Krishna that he bowed in front of Krishna and released his most beautiful feather he had, released at Krishna's lotus feet. Krishna took the feather. He didn't put it in his pocket. He put it on his head. When the peacock saw that Krishna appreciated so much his humble offering, he became so ecstatic. And since then, Krishna always wear a peacock feather on his head. Hare Krishna. When I joined the Hare Krishna movement, the first pastime I heard about Krishna was about him playing the flute. That amazing thing happened when Krishna played the flute. Depend on the raga he played, different varieties of flute he had. So one of those particular melody that Krishna played in his flute make all living moving being become stunned, like a statue. They can't move due to ecstasy. So the gopis will be cooking and everything get burned. uh, the little calves are drinking their mother's milk and they stop drinking. They can't drink anymore. And with great difficulty, they try to reach, extend their ears to grab more the beautiful, sweet sound of the flute. And the non-moving beings, like the trees and hills, they start trembling in ecstasy. And the trees, although it's not autumn, they start shedding their leaves as tears of love for Krishna. And the swans who are swimming in a crystal clear lake with lotus flower, they close their eyes and enter into trance samadhi. When I hear that, I became completely enchanted. This is wonderful. Wow. This is really beautiful. So that's what the heart actually needs. That's not every human being is not just after power and money. Everybody actually hanker after harmony, peace, happiness, and real love. That's what in their heart what everybody wants. And who can give us all these things? Only Krishna can give us all these things eternally. But we are so proud, so foolish. We don't want to surrender to Krishna. That's our misfortune. We keep resisting. So, but Krishna is so kind and merciful. Although we may build big walls of Maya around our heart, our hope is that Krishna is a thief. He can jump the wall and steal our heart. So we just to keep hearing and chanting and remembering about Krishna. That will cleanse our heart. Shrimpatam Swakata Krishna, Punya Shravana Kirtana, Pidantasto Yavadrani Vidunoti Suritsatam. That Krishna is sitting in the heart, and when a truthful devotee, he engaged in hearing and chanting his glories. Krishna has four aspects: Nama, Rupa, Guna, Lila. His holy name, his eternal beautiful form, his qualities, transcendental qualities, and his Lila, his pastime. So, Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj once said, don't try artificially to meditate on Radha Krishna Lila. Rather, try to chant the holy name without offense. And in due course of time, the holy name itself will reveal Krishna's form, Krishna's qualities, and pastimes. In due course of time, when the heart becomes more cleansed. So that's the secret. We have to be patient, enthusiastic, and everyday endeavor, to avoid committing any sinful activity and or offenses to other Vaishnavas. That's the greatest danger, actually. No, it happened to Srila Gadadhar Pandit, one day, Mukunda, an eternal associate of Lord Chaitanya, told Gadadhar Pandit, a great Vaishnava just arrived at Navadvip. Will you like to meet him? Oh, yes, I'm always very eager to have association of advanced Vaishnava. So that Vaishnava was Pundarik Vidyanidhi. Sometime Lord Chaitanya will cry out his name, Pundarik, Pundarik, when you will come to Navadvip. So that day he arrived, and Mukunda and Gadadhar Pandit went to see him. And when entered the house, they found him sitting in a nice throne and being fanned by servant, and they were serving him nice dishes. And he had his hair was with perfumed, very valuable perfumed oil, and all this kind of thing, very valuable dress in silk. So Gadadhar Pandit, he was renounced from very childhood. He was very renounced, detached from sense gratification. So when he saw that, his mind became a little bewildered. He saw this Vaishnava is attached to sense gratification. And Mukunda, he sensed the danger. So he started reciting one verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, where it is said, the verse starts with the word Aho Baki. Baki is the younger sister of Bakasura, the witch Putana. Although she came to poison Krishna, but Krishna is so merciful and kind, so he gave her a position as a mother, helper of Mother Yashoda, a nurse in Golok. Where can I find a more merciful Lord than Krishna? That was spoken by Uddhava to Vidura. As soon as Pundarik Vidyanidhi heard this, he fell from his throne and was rolling in the ground, crying, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. And he started to break all the valuable vessels, all things. 10 men came to try to pacify him, to grab his hand leg, but they could not. For 2 hours, he went into extreme ecstasy. So when Gadadhar Pandit realized his mistake, he went and fell at Pundarik Vidyanidhi's lotus feet, and he prayed, my dear Lord, I committed an offense against you in my mind. And I know that the Guru is very, very merciful to his disciple. If you will accept me as your disciple, then you can forgive my offense. And Pundarik Vidyanidhi, yes, I want to accept you as my disciple. And such day in the calendar, Vaishnava calendar, is very auspicious. That day you will receive initiation. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard about it, he said, that's a very wonderful, nice combination of Guru and disciple. Because Pundarik Vidyanidhi in Braja, Bhumi, he is King Brishabhanu, the father of Radha. And Gadara Pandit is Radharani, so it was perfect combination of Guru disciple. So that shows us we should not judge devotee by the externals, It is not easy to perceive who's advanced and who's not externally, unless they speak, unless they reveal their mind, what thought are there in their mind, or the level of Krishna consciousness. How can we know if the devotee is advanced? By three things. By his knowledge, his detachment, and above all, his bhakti, his devotion to the Lord. Mm-hmm. So these three things. And we should always try to remember Krishna, never forget him. We should try to hear more frequently about Krishna's pastimes, especially in Vrindavan and also everywhere else, of course, Mathura, Dwarka, but especially Vrindavan, because that's Krishna's home, Prabhupada once said, Mumbai is my office, Mayapur is my place of worship, and Vrindavan is my home. So, when I joined the Hare Krishna movement back in 1974, I gave books to my friends and family members to read about Krishna. One day, I was visiting my family, and my younger sister, she told me, I read the book, thank you, I liked the book, the philosophy is very good, but I have one doubt. I said, yes, please ask me anything you want. She said, well, but please don't take offense. No, I will not take offense. You ask me anything you want. She said, well, I don't understand why you worship a God who's a thief and a liar. And I said, why do you say like this? She said, well, I read in the book that Krishna liked to steal yogurt and butter. And when he's caught, he denies. He said, no, I'm not stealing. So it's not only a thief, he's also a liar. How can you worship a God like this? I told her, okay, let me try to answer you that. But first, I'm going to ask you, at least theoretically, you accept that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, Supreme God. Then I can explain. At least theoretically. She said, okay, theoretically, I can agree that he is God. Very good. If he is God, means he created the whole universe. That means everything within the universe, yogurt, butter, everything belongs to him. So if he say, I'm not stealing, he's saying the truth. How can he steal from himself? She said, well, that makes sense. Never thought about it. I said, yes, Krishna consciousness is very common sense. It's logic, very logic and common sense. Then she asked me, then why he does this naughty things? Because he likes to enjoy and give enjoyment to his devotees. In this world, nobody like a thief. Everybody condemns. But when God is still, his devotee glorify him and feel great happiness, hearing of his mischievous activities. You see in this material world, everything is a perverted reflection of the spiritual world. Everything we see here is originally there in a perfect, pure state. So that's why Krishna is the origin of everything. And there is an amazing story about one thief who wanted to steal from Krishna. I don't know if you have heard this story before, but I heard it from Prabhupada actually. That this thief was trying to steal in one home, and soldiers were told that about it, and they were trying to catch him. So the thief was running for his life, and he saw a temple filled with people, hundreds of people. So he mixed among the people, they could not find it, but he had to remain in the temple. So in the temple, one devotee was given the class, and in the class he was describing Krishna's beautiful form and all the decoration, his dress, his peacock, his garments, everything. And he was saying that Krishna was adorned with necklace made of gold and valuable stones like emeralds and sapphire and all this thing. When the thief heard that, became very interested to know more about Krishna. So when the class ended, he approached the speaker and asked him, "Can you please tell me where Krishna lives?" "Oh, Krishna lives in Vrindavan eternally." "Oh, thank you so much." So the thief wanted to go to steal from Krishna the necklace. So he went to the train station to find how far was Vrindavan, how much cost the ticket, everything. So he went to his wife, to his home, and told her, "My dear wife, today I could not steal anything. I almost got caught by the police. But I heard about Mr. Krishna, who's very rich. So I'm planning to go there to steal the necklace made of pure gold with valuable stones. But I have no money for the ticket. Can you please give me the golden earring I gifted you the other day so I can sell them and get the ticket? When I come back, I will gift you 10 more earrings and necklaces. So I will be rich." "Okay, you know what you do." She gave it to him. So he arrived in Vrindavan. Uh, and when he arrived there, actually there is one train that reached Vrindavan, Radha Express. So when he arrived there, he saw many devotees walking here and there, some of them with japa bead in their hand. So he stopped one of them and asked, "Can you please tell me where Krishna lives?" "Oh, you just arrived in Vrindavan?" "Yes, I came to search for Krishna." "Oh, you are so fortunate. You are so fortunate. I will tell you one secret. Krishna lives in Nandagram, in the palace of his father, Nanda Maharaj, and his mother Yashoda. But right now, he's not in the palace. Right now, he's taking care of the cows along with his friend in the surrounding forest of Nandagram. Who knows, if you are very fortunate, you may see him there." "Oh, thank you so much." So the thief went there uh, and was searching in all the forests. He was searching for Krishna in all the forests. For a full week, he was searching. Of course, he could not see Krishna or find him. You have to be pure devotee to be able to do that. But his desire became very intense, like a starved lion for a week that he didn't eat for a week. His hunger became so extreme. In the same way, this anxiety to see Krishna became so extreme that actually one day he saw Krishna sitting under the shade of a tree on the stone, surrounded by his cows. He immediately fell at Krishna's feet, offered obeisances, and he noticed the very valuable golden necklace that Krishna had in his chest. So he told Krishna, "My dear Sri Krishna, I just came from your home in Nandagram, and your father told me that you should give me this necklace for safekeeping because some thieves may be around, so to protect you from thieves, he sent me to ask you to give me this necklace to me. I take it to your home." Krishna smiled. "No, thieves around here? No, I never heard about it. No. Even Mother Yashoda also insisted you should not come back unless you bring the necklace with you for safekeeping." Krishna said that Mother Yashoda herself put this necklace on me. If she knew there were thieves around here, she would not have put it on me. No, she insisted. Okay, maybe you are the thief, Krishna said. "Are you the thief? Tell me the truth. Are you the thief?" The thief said, "Yes, Krishna, to be honest with you, I'm a thief. And I came to steal from you. I'm so poor and miserable, and you're so beautiful and rich. You have so many necklaces. You can give me one. It's no big loss for you. Please give me this necklace. I'm a poor man. I need your help." Krishna said, No, I can't give you this necklace because if I go back home without the necklace, Mother Yashoda will be very angry at me, will be upset with me. She will chastise me. So I'm very sorry. I can't give you the necklace. So the men start arguing with Krishna. "No, Krishna, she will not angry for long, only a few minutes. And you have so many of those necklaces as sure at home. Your father is very rich, is the king. Uh, uh, But then what happened is that Krishna was smiling at him, speaking sweetly at him, and this thief heart melted uh, by the beautiful, sweet talking of Krishna. So he then realized his mistake and fell at Krishna's feet crying. And he said, "My dear Krishna, I don't want anything from you. The only thing I want is to be your eternal servant. That's my only desire now. You are so merciful, so kind to me, and I don't deserve so much kindness and mercy from you." And then he became a great devotee. He remained in Braja, became a great saint. It's a true story. A true story happened some 100 years ago. So that's very important thing, is the desire, the intensity of our desire to get Krishna's mercy. That's the price to be paid. It's called bloliam. Great hankering. That's what we are lacking in our life. More desire to be with Krishna, more desire to surrender to Krishna, to love Krishna. But we should take courage that if we follow Srila Prabhupada's instruction, follow four relative principles, 16 round, have a good sadhana, read his books, preach, and try to imbibe the spirit of tolerance and forgiveness and humility, then gradually we may one day develop some attraction to serve Krishna eternally. So thank you very much. If you have any comments or questions, please do. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Maharaj, for this beautiful Shri Krishna Katha from the Nectarian Srimad Bhagavatam. Dear devotees, I would like to do this quite quickly. Before we go to questions, maybe comments or reflections, I would like to share with you our speaker who is here with us today. Of course, I'm sure you now understand that our speaker's name is His Holiness Bhakti Sundar Goswami Maharaj. So Maharaj, actually, I had heard of Maharaj. I had seen some of his videos online, but I had never had the opportunity to meet him in person until last month. We were able to travel to Guyana, South America, where we met His Holiness. And the very moment we met His Holiness, the love was so enchanting. And even more so when we heard him speak, we wished and prayed that we could one day have His Holiness here with us. And so I humbly approached Maharaj through a devotee, and Maharaj kindly accepted to be here with us someday, and here he is. So briefly, I would like to share with you a little bio of His Holiness. Of course, His Holiness Bhakti Sundar Goswami was born in Aleppo. Aleppo is one of the great cities in Syria. Yes. I'm sure lots of people might have heard the name because there were lots of events going on at Aleppo a few years ago. But quickly we will say, Maharaj, as we speaking, is an initiating spiritual master and a spiritual guru, and he's one of the leading members of the ISKCON movement. Maharaj began his spiritual journey in 1973. That is, if my math serves me well, that is 53 years ago. The first center established in Caracas. Caracas, of course, that's Venezuela. And ever since, he's devoted his life to service the mission of his spiritual master, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, the founder and chair of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Maharaj has been practicing Bhakti Yoga, of course, for this over 53 years, actually. And during this time, he's held various leadership positions in the areas of education, management, and congregational development. Maharaj entered the Sannyas order in 2009. And he's been traveling to North, Central, and South America and Europe to share with others the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as per the instructions of Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada. If we may humbly request at this point that we do not find Africa mentioned here. So we pray and humbly go before their lordships that someday, very soon, Maharaj will visit Africa, particularly West Africa also, and share his blessings and wisdom with the devotees in person. Well, Srila Prabhupada, of course, sorry. Srila Prabhupada formally initiated his disciples and personally guided them in their spiritual path. So His Holiness Bhakti Sundar Goswami Maharaj, actually, he conducts seminars, lectures, and participates in different programs at various colleges, temples, and cultural centers. And that is nothing to be wondering about if you were here listening to Maharaj and his Krishna Katha with us today. Maharaj is also an author of Srila Prabhupada in Venezuela. There is a book, that is the title, Srila Prabhupada in Venezuela. And this book was authored, written by His Holiness. And there is also a book titled Reminders for Difficult Times. I haven't read this book, Reminders for Difficult Times, but I had heard a little bit about it from Prabhupada Dev, and I look forward to having a copy because we all need a book reminding us in difficult times. Maharaj, his disciples, well-wishers, and public in general relish the association of his humble, friendly, and charismatic personality. And that is just like the crown of what I was saying initially, that our first meeting with Maharaj was like a magnet. You know, we felt as if we had had association with Maharaj for a very long time, but that was our first encounter with Maharaj. So, Maharaj, we are very grateful that you could be here with us today and share with us your wisdom, your love for Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada and his mission, and doing anything and everything, even though, excuse me to say, in your advanced age, you're still traveling across the world, spreading Srila Prabhupada's teachings. This is our humblest prayer, that you bless us so we also never deviate from the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. Now, dear devotees, if anyone may have questions, comments, reflections, realizations from today's Katha given by His Holiness, please, you may raise your physical hand or use the hand emoji, and you'll be asked to unmute to ask your question or share your reflections. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Well, Maharaj, I have one question, and that is, even though it did not begin nicely about this thief who was running away from the police and entered into the temple room and happened to hear about Krishna from the speaker. And I was thinking at that point that he will be remorsed and not want to steal anymore. But he was so eager, he wanted to steal. And he found a nice culprit to steal from, that is the Lord. Now, this intense desire, this yearning to see Krishna and to steal from him, if we have such intense desire to want to serve the Lord, eventually we will see Krishna. So the question I have, and I've asked this question maybe once or twice, that why is it that some of us know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead? When we have Krishna, we have everything. Yet the desire, that intense burning desire to serve the Lord is not there, but the intense desire to chase after other things are so strong. Why that is the case, Maharaj? Please, if you may help.
Yes. Very good question. Thank you, Sadhya Prabhu, for asking. You should not be discouraged because of this lacking in ourselves. Rather, we should focus more on cleaning our heart and mind through the chanting of the holy name, avoiding the offenses, and gradually, when the heart starts become more clean and the mind becomes more purified, then those desires naturally will increase. The spiritual desire will increase, and material desire will decrease. So that should be our focus for now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to teach us how to feel for Krishna, feeling his absence, through the chanting of the holy name. So when we chant the holy name, try to focus on the chanting, try to be more attentive in hearing and chanting properly, then naturally that will clean our heart and mind. And gradually, when the heart becomes more clean, then this hankering for Krishna will start appearing in our heart. So that's why it is very important to be patient, to be enthusiastic, and to be confident. Yes, it can be done. I just have to keep trying, never give up, no matter what, So that's the challenge we have. You have to be, convinced. We have to be convinced that this is the goal of life. Krishna Prem is the goal of life. And we have conviction because we hear properly. Prabhupada once said, because I hear properly from my guru, now I can speak nicely. So it is very important to hear, and to have doubt is good, is intelligence. But we should not keep the doubt to ourselves. We should try to find solution, answer to our doubt so we can make progress. When the doubt start clearing, then when we understand the subject nicely, then there is conviction. And when there is conviction, we pay more attention to the subject matter. Then Krishna in the heart of a truthful devotee, Prabhupada said the most important thing in the spiritual life is to be sincere. So if we should pray to be more sincere. And the Lord, very kind, merciful, He will help us. We should just try to be sincere. That's all we need to do. And pray for the Lord's mercy. And then gradually we should be patient. Things are not going to happen overnight. But we learn from the examples of Vaishnavas and Prabhupada and Lord Chaitanya how to, hanker after Krishna.
Well, thank you so much, Maharaj. Yeah, I'm trying to remind myself of what you shared with us about His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj trying to be humble before Srila Prabhupada and Srila Prabhupada's response. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada talked about how in human society we have pious beings, impious human beings. So it is in trees and even birds. Some are pious, some are impious. And it's very interesting, Srila Prabhupada mentioned crow to be impious. In most of African culture, I don't know the history behind that, but in most of African culture, the crow is also considered to be very impious.
Oh, really?
Yes. It's considered very impious. In fact, lots of cultures attribute that to be like evil. Like,
yes.
now my question from that angle is that it is only in human society that we have karma. Animals do not have karma. Trees do not have karma. So how come that even though these bodies do not create karma, but they now are grouped to be pious and to be impious? In other words, how come a tree, which is a living being, is pious, giving us nice fruits, nice flowers, and one tree is so impious, not giving us flowers, not giving us fruits, and probably not even giving us a shade? So how is it that these entities, they do not have karma, but they still have this categorization of pious and impious? If you may shed some light on this, Maharaj.
Sure. Actually, they have karma, but they don't create more karma. They have past karma.
Oh.
Yeah, they have
Okay.
past karma from previous life. Every living being in the universe have karma. But animals and trees, they don't create new karma.
Okay.
Because they are not responsible for their activities. Since Prabhupada said crows are impious because they like to go to filthy places, the garbage, the carcasses, and all these things. And the swans who like crystal clear lakes with, lotus flower, they are pious, Prabhupada said, in human society, people like crows, they like casinos, nightclubs, dancing naked girls, and all these things. So he compared them to crows. And devotee who like to live a humble life, simple living, high thinking, Krishna consciously, they're like the swans. But Prabhupada said this Hare Krishna movement is to convert the crows into swans. It is possible. So that's the idea.
Wow, thank you so much, Maharaj. There was something you mentioned in your delivery that was so fulfilling. I mean, it's always nice hearing the truth, but I think it's even much nicer when you know the truth and it's being affirmed by an authority, by a senior devotee, by a guru. and that is one challenge we oftentimes encounter in our zone, particularly West Africa, is the false humility. Most of us play this game, false humility. In other words, as much as we are very much cautious of offenses, no devotee in his right self would just like to commit offenses. But there are situations where somebody may be saying or doing something improper, something wrong, and everybody keeps silent because there is the fear that you'll be committing offenses. They may not say, or I should say, we may not say things like that in public, but we are human beings. Within ourselves and amongst few of ourselves, we talk about it. So of course, this is not a question, but this is just a remark that somehow Guru and Krishna, they arrange that from time to time we have speakers who have not even heard anything about what's going on in our zone. They don't know anything about what's going on in our zone. And they speak in such a way that if we listen attentively, we can hear Krishna speaking to us. And what I think I heard Krishna speak to us today is that as long as we find a fault and we address it respectfully, humbly, appropriately, we should not be afraid that we committed an offense. It is a service. And Maharaj, if my understanding is wrong, you may correct me, but this is the understanding I'm getting, that we should not sit silent when another devotee is being mistreated. We should not sit silent when Srila Prabhupada's teachings is misrepresented and think that we are humble. Well, this is just what I wanted to share and say. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Maharaj.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, correct. We should tolerate when ourselves are being criticized, but when another Vaishnava or Krishna being criticized, we should protest. That's the teaching by Srila Prabhupada. Once Srila Prabhupada was giving a lecture in London, and one man stood up and started insulting Prabhupada. The devotees were ready to kick him out of the room, but Prabhupada stopped them, said, no, leave him alone. And later, the devotee asked Prabhupada, this man was criticizing you. Why didn't allow us to kick him out? Prabhupada said, well, maybe in the past life I did something bad to him, and now he's retaliating, so I should be tolerant. So when it is ourselves, we should try to be tolerant. But if other Vaishnava is being attacked, we should protest. And also Prabhupada said, if you call a thief is not an offense. But if you call a thief somebody who's honest, then that's an offense. And if you see some misbehavior in any devotee, one should go to his authority, not directly ourselves. We should go to his authority so privately they can rectify him. Like that. Not making a scandal, put it everywhere so everybody knows or something. So anyway, thank you very much again for the invite. And
thank you so much, Maharaj. I think there is one hand up, one of our senior devotees here, His Grace Sriman Varacharya Prabhu. Prabhuji, please, if you may unmute.
Okay. Thank you very much. Please accept my humble obeisances, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for being here. We are very happy to have your association, and we hope to see more of you here. Just in line with the last question, there is a video that is being shared around And this video is saying something like, it's saying something like, if you, that in a group, there may be such a dynamic where protecting the narrative becomes more important than pursuing the truth. It says that a group dynamic may be such that protecting the narrative becomes more important than pursuing the truth. And sometimes, if you happen to be one who seems to point out the untruth or what is not going right, then you may become a victim, because the system and the leaders sometimes have to be protected. Well, it's a bit shocking to me, but I find that even if that is happening elsewhere, we should be proud to say, no, it doesn't happen in Krishna consciousness. So I don't know. I've been trying to come to terms whether to accept that, or just to say that no, it shouldn't be like that. So what's your opinion, Maharaj?
Yes, Prabhupada said the truth should be told always. Brahmana qualification is to always be truthful. So truthful that if even your enemy asks you, you should answer him truthfully. So truthfulness is very important qualification of a Brahmana. There is a story, one boy, he went to one teacher who had a Gurukul, asked him to accept him as a student in the Gurukul. And the teacher said, I'm only accepting right now sons of Brahmanas only. I need to know who's your father. And the boy said, well, actually, I don't know who's my father. Oh, then go ask your mother. And the boy went and asked his mother. And the mother, she said, I'm very sorry, my son. I was a loose woman. I had more than one lover. And I don't know which one of them is your father. I'm very sorry to tell you this. And the boy went back to the Guru and told him the truth. My mother doesn't also know who's my father. And the Guru said, then you're a Brahmana because you told me the truth. I accept you as my student. So say the truth is very important always. But there are exceptions also. And I will tell you one story about the exception. Once a Brahmana who was very truthful, but lacked discrimination, he was sitting in the porch in front of his house, and some family were running with their belonging, looking afraid and nervous, running. And after like an hour, like thieves came with swords and bad faces, and they asked him, have you seen a family passing through here? Yes. Which road they took, the right or the left one? Oh, they took the left one. Oh, thank you. So they reached them, they robbed them, they killed them. When this Brahmana died, he went to Yamaraj. And Yamaraj told him, because you told the truth, now you are going to hell. So, because telling the truth was harming other people, you know. So in that case, not to tell the truth is justified, but not in any ordinary situation. Only exceptional situation can, be said, I didn't see anybody, sorry, I was inside my house, and I don't know, So depend on circumstances, place, like that. And also should be done, in a manner that doesn't give the person, although he make some mistake, small or big, to give him a second chance to rectify. There was a case at Prabhupada's time, one of the sannyasi was falling with ladies. So one temple president took the phone and was telling all the temple president about it. And Prabhupada became upset. He said, you should have not done that. I was trying to rectify him and make him get married and remain as a devotee. But now he will feel ashamed. He will not come back to the movement. He will go away. So Prabhupada was out there thinking how even a person did something wrong, not to be completely separated from Krishna consciousness, from devotional service, should be done, in a tactful way, But nowadays, everybody say on the internet about everybody, good or bad, mostly bad things. That's the most attractive thing, is to speak badly about others. That's become very popular nowadays. It could be true, it could be half true or not true. We don't know. But people immediately, when it is bad thing about some leader, they immediately believe it. Although there is no proof, just word somebody's speaking. You don't know if it is true or not. But people immediately start gossiping, telling others, and others and others. So that's the danger nowadays. Of course, internet is good if we use it for preaching Krishna consciousness, but sometimes can also be dangerous if it's misused in that way,
Thank you. Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank
So
you, everyone.
before we leave, we have this ritual we almost always do. That is, we humbly and respectfully request all the devotees, the assembled devotees, to kindly unmute themselves, and we all, with one heart, one love, one voice, chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra to express our deepest appreciation and gratitude to our beloved speaker, His Holiness Bhakti Sundar Goswami Maharaj, for sharing his love and wisdom with us today. And just like Shrimad Acharya Prabhu humbly requested, prayerfully, we're hoping that we will have Maharaj's association at least once in a month from here on. So please, you may all unmute, please. Jai. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama,
Hare.
Hare Hare.
Mancha
Panchakapata
Krishna,
Rubhyascha
Rubhyascha,
Kripya
Kripa
Sindhubhyascha
Sindhubevacha, Patitanam
Patanam
Pavanebhyo
Vaishnavibhyo
Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo.
Namo Namaha. His Holiness Sridhar Maharaj ki Jai.
Jai. All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai.
All the assembled Vaishnavi devotees ki Jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Haribol.
Ravindra Devi ki Jai. Salika, I think you are the host.